So it has been quite a long time since I have had this much fun on a Stasis Titan. If you're looking for a different way to play Destiny during this extra long season of the Wish, then I would for sure give the Behemoth Titan a spot on your list this season for a lot of different reasons. It's an absolute Shatter Beast right now, as you can see from the gameplay you're watching, and we also made sure to never buy any upgrade in the coil activity. We finally have a way to heal on the Stasis Titan consistently, which allows us to take full advantage of the few buffs and mods that were added this season. Plus, with this many Stasis Crystals being created, you can imagine the shattering damage that you can unleash. Then all those crystals leave behind a ton of stasis shards. This provides us with infinite melees, extra healing on top of our restoration, and then we add the stasis overshield to that. So we can finally actually survive in master level content. We're able to chain both our glacial grenade and our Howl of the Storm melee ability, which both will create crystals for us, and all these crystals are going to do a ton of damage. And then our weapon creates crystals as well. So 3 different ways to create crystals, and as you can see from this clip, you can have a lot of crystals out at one time. And also every crystal you make from any of these 3 sources are going to leave those shards for you, and those shards are going to do a lot for you as well. They give you basically infinite melee ability when you collect them all. They give us healing and overshields. Now they're not as strong as they used to be, but since we are creating so many, it makes them a bit stronger. And then I tried 4 different stasis weapons to go along with this build, and one did perform much better than the other, so we'll go over each of those, and you guys can try them out yourselves and see which one you guys like best. But before that, we have a sponsor. Speaking of awesome builds for you all, I have partnered with Apex Gaming PCs to bring you all my personal line of PCs that I think you will really enjoy. With the holiday season fast approaching, this is the perfect time to take a look at PCs, and Apex has also recently partnered with Bread. So if you want to finance your purchase, you can buy a PC right now and pay later with Bread. A perfect combo for the holidays. We have 3 different tiers of PCs to make sure you all can get exactly what you're looking for to fit your style and budget. These models are the crew, the first mate, and the captain. Click the link at the top of the description or in the pinned comment, and you can use the code PLUNDER at checkout for up to 15% off your entire purchase. If you all are looking for a new PC, then give Apex PCs a shot. I know you guys will find something that you're looking for. Now for stasis weapons, I tried 4 different ones. I tried Aegir Scepter, Wicked Implement, Cryosthesia, and Vergla's Curve. I do want to take an exotic because I want to kill red bars quickly to activate my exotic armor that we're going to be using. And out of those 4, I really did like Vergla's Curve the best. Cryosthesia was actually my second option out of all of them, but again, you have to be close enough because it's a sidearm. But when you did get a kill and hold reload and shoot that burst of freeze, it's just another way to freeze a group of enemies. But Vergla's Curve performed the best for me, and that's because we get those free stasis crystals. And the really cool thing about it is any crystals that come from the weapon itself counts as weapon damage. So it's going to proc our exotic armor piece even when the crystals from this weapon kill something. And it's really easy to create orbs of power from it because if the crystal gets a double kill, that pops an orb of power because of our siphon mod. And Vergla's Curve plays right into the 2 artifact mods for stasis this season and makes it that much better. Now our grenade, of course, is the Glacier Grenade. You guys see me throwing it all the time. And for the 2 aspects, we're going to take Tectonic Harvest and Howl of the Storm. Howl of the Storm lets us slide and use our melee ability to create that crystals in front of us. This is just another way to create crystals, and if you already hit frozen targets with it, it's just going to shatter everything, and it's actually pretty strong. And then we combine that with Tectonic Harvest. So shattering our stasis crystals is going to create those stasis shards everywhere. This is both from our melee, our grenade, and from our weapon crystals. So you're going to see a ton of stasis shards, and they will give us melee energy when we pick them up, and it also gives our allies melee energy. Now for the first 2 fragments, we're taking Whisper of Fissures and Whisper of Shards. Whisper of Fissures just makes all the stasis crystals do that much more damage when we burst them. And then Whisper of Shards gives us that 500% grenade recharge rate for up to 10 seconds when we shatter stasis crystals. As you can see in the gameplay, we are doing this 24/7, so this is always literally up at 10 seconds. So you're running around with a 500% regen to your grenade all the time. And that's even before we get into the mods. Next we take Whisper of Chains. This is a 40% damage reduction when a stasis crystal is near us or a frozen target. Again, there is always crystals on the field, so this is procced. And that plays perfectly into our last one, which is Whisper of Rhyme. Now you could trade this one out if you don't need the extra health. The stasis shards only give us 5 HP when we pick them up. Same thing with the overshield if you are full on HP already. But since there's so many stasis shards we're creating, I found the extra healing and overshield to be the best in slot here. I was running with Whisper of Rending, where our primary weapon does about 50% more damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets, but I already can one-shot the stasis crystals with my bow, and I really wasn't shooting that many frozen targets directly with the bow. The stasis crystals were shattering shattering and killing most of them anyways. So I went with Rhyme because the more survivability was better, especially in the gameplay you're watching. Like, this is 40 minutes into the coil, so we're negative 15 or negative 20 power level here already. One other thing I do want to mention is in my heavy slot, I took a strand grenade launcher just so that could play into Horde Shuttle and unraveling rounds from the artifact. That's how you can add strand into the build, and then make sure you take Pillar of Ice and Hail of the Storm as the 2 stasis artifact mods to boost our stasis. For our exotic of choice, we are taking Precious Scars. This just allows our weapon final blows to give us 3 seconds of restoration. So every 3 seconds, when you get a kill, you'll proc your restoration. You also are giving this restoration to allies within 15 meters of you. So you're doing that a lot, so they'll love you for it. And then also if you revive allies, you give them overshields when they're revived. So that's kind of a nice touch. Now for mods on the build, we're going a little bit different here. On the helmet, Harmonic Siphon, of course, so our Stasis Crystals can create orbs of power from the bow. We're taking an Ashes to Assets and a Hands-On. Both of these do proc off stasis kills that were created by our melee or grenade, so we're getting that super fast. And I actually like the Behemoth super when I just right click and create all the crystals in front of me, because the bosses in the coil are a bit bigger, so they're actually going to walk and shatter all those crystals and do quite a bit of damage. On the gauntlets, we're going to take firepower and heavy-handed. That way our crystals from both sources again can create orbs of power, along with the crystal from our bow because of Harmonic Siphon. So all 3 of the crystal sources we're throwing out can create orbs of power for us. And then I took a grenade kickstart just to feed into that grenade a little bit more. On the chest piece, that is all your damage reduction, so match whatever activity you're doing. On the boots, we're playing into orbs of power, since we can create them so many different ways with those crystals. We take Absolution and Innervation. Innervation gives us 10% grenade energy on orb pickup, and Absolution gives 5% to all our abilities on orb pickup. So we get a nice 15% to our grenade for every orb we grab. And then we also take Recuperation, so we replenish health each time we pick up an orb of power. So Recuperation heals you, the shards from the subclass heal you, and Precious Scars heal you. 3 different sources where you can gain health instantly. The class item is pretty much up to you on what you want to run. I just had 1 bomber on there, and then I had 2 Reaper mods, which I shouldn't have had on because I really wasn't using my barricade. I would have left maybe 1 Reaper on and probably slotted another bomber just in case. And then of course for stats on the build, 100 resilience as normal. This is just your damage reduction in all activities. And then we boost our discipline up if we can, and our strength up if we can. I hope you guys give Behemoth a shot. I know a lot of people don't like it, but if you really lean into it and play into it, it can be really fun, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.